This Walk-On Coach Conversation brought to you by Waukon State Bank and Fareway of Waukon. We're with head coach Chad Beerman. And, Coach, how'd you manage the bye week last week?
Well, it was pretty similar to the way we had done the unexpected one with Independence here a couple weeks ago. We stayed on our regular schedule, had team supper Thursday night, scrimmaged on Friday, I went over and watched Cresco and NFV. Some of the kids went to some other games, I think. But, I mean, it was just a good chance for us to scrimmage against ourselves, basically running our offense, our defense against ourselves, and get healthy and just get some good work in.
How different was it last week not knowing the opponent you were going to play this Friday night? In the regular season, you did have an opponent after the Independence scheduled game. Was that did that make the week any different when it came to preparation?
Well, he said for the most part, we ran our offense against our defense. However, the week before I had pulled Forest City because obviously we've known New Hampton. We've seen New Hampton. We played it once this year, and we've got a lengthy history with them. So I just pulled a couple of Forest City films, and we looked at those we usually do Sunday morning meetings with the staff. And so that week before we looked at them just to kind of have an idea of what they might be running. And some of their stuff looks like ours. So that was part of what we were accomplishing by practicing against ourselves. It was just a sort of a just in case kind of thing. So, yeah, I mean, we kind of knew. We just took a look at both teams. We obviously said no New Hampton and just got ourselves ready that way.
And this week you will play Forest City. They make the long trip on Highway 9 to your place on Friday night. What do you know about the Indians? What have you figured out about them?
Well, they've got a really good defense is kind of their calling card. They haven't scored a ton of points on offense. 7-0 last week. I think their highest scoring game, they beat Clear Lake 28-27, blocked an extra point to get that one. They played Britt, tough A team, well early on in the season. Got that loss, but played them tough. So really, they're a team that's focused on their defense. They're going to run the ball. They throw the ball some. They run a lot of spread sets and unbalanced sets, kind of like some of the stuff we do. They'll bring a guard to one side or the other to try to get you outnumbered and make sure your kids adjust to that stuff. But they got the primary rusher who scored, I think, almost all, if not all, their touchdowns. It's their tailback. They don't have any passing touchdowns. So they really rely on their defense, special teams, and the running game.
And when you look at the fact that you got a lot of kids with playoff experience, you got a lot of kids that have been there and done that here in the postseason, does that give you an added comfort level this time of year?
You would hope so, but reality is you kind of get a little nervous because we've been here, we've done this, and then they think it's old hat, and they just don't worry about it, don't take the same kind of focus. So that's something we'll be on them about, making sure that they stay focused and respect an opponent coming in. Like we said, that's a pretty good defensive team that's can give us a challenge, especially you don't know what the weather's going to be like this time of year, cooler and probably a little slippery with the rain this week. So you just don't know what to expect. And so to keep the kids dialed in and focused, it's kind of a big thing to have success this week.
Is part of it getting their offense off the field so you guys can get your offense on the field? Because based on what you're telling me with their running game, part of their defense is playing good offense. Would that be fair to say?
Yeah, you got to be able to stop their getting first downs, basically, and continuing to run the clock. The old ball control play defense with the offense philosophy. So you got to be able to get them off the field, get the ball in our kids' hands, and then generally and you can't expect that consistently, but we've had a lot of big plays as the year goes on and from different kids. So to be explosive on offense, and I don't mind playing ball control, keeping it away from them playing defense with our offense either, but that just hasn't been the way our offense has functioned, and so you just play it as it is, I guess.
As long as you get points at the end, what's the big deal, right?
Yep, one draw or one play or 20, as long as you get points.
All right, Coach, keep your kids healthy. We wish you best of luck.
Thank you.
This Walk-On Coach Conversation brought to you by Waukon State Bank and Fareway of Waukon.